y'all. You're listening to a Q&A with S&J.
Welcome to the Flip Lifestyle Podcast, where life always comes before work. We're your hosts, Shane and Jocelyn Sams. We're a real family that figured out how to make our entire living online. And now we help other families do the same. Are you ready to flip your life? All right, let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Flipped Lifestyle Podcast. Super excited to bring you another episode this week. On today's podcast, we're going to give you a glimpse of what it's like to be inside the Flip Your Life community, and specifically on one of our member calls. Jocelyn and I do live member calls twice a month where we invite our members to come on and ask us questions about their online business so that we can answer them directly and help them take their business to the next level. The questions you're about to hear are real questions from members of the Flip Your Life community. You're going to hear me and Jocelyn help these members find the answers to their questions, and we know those answers are going to help you and your business too. If you would like to ask me and Jocelyn a direct question, we would love to have you on our next member call. Becoming a member of the Flip Your Life community is easier than ever because it's free. That's right. You can get your first month free and attend our next 2 member calls where you can ask us questions directly. All you have to do is go to fliplifestyle.com/free and you can start your free month today. We can't wait to see you on a future member call, but until then, enjoy today's Q&A with S&J.
The first question today is from Svetlana, and it says, I was hoping to get your opinion about membership activities for my business. Besides membership calls, what else can be done? I don't want to coach my clients directly as it can become time consuming. My business is helping women find a husband and have a baby in a short time.
The best thing that you can do when you're ever running a membership, okay, is to not rob people of all their problems, but create frameworks where they can solve their problems. You don't want to try to fly in and save everybody, right? That's not what your job is when you're leading a community. It's to lead the community. So along with member calls like we do now, you need to really focus on how you connect people in your membership, because the most powerful thing for any membership is to let other members know they're not alone. Okay. So foster community and release trainings periodically, on a consistent schedule, like maybe once a month or something like that, just to keep people apprised of, what's current, what's cutting edge, what's right now. If you can just do that, if you can foster your community and you can connect people so they can go through their problems together, so they can talk them out and they can figure out some problems just by saying them out loud, just by getting some feedback. If you're there and present, like me and Jocelyn are here right now, leading our community a couple times a month, make sure people know that they have leadership. And then you, as the expert, are focusing on your industry and focusing on what works and focusing on what's cutting edge. Like, right, is there a new app out for people who are dating? Is there a new website for people who are dating that's working good? Maybe you could review that once a month, something like that. But if you can keep up with community, what's cutting edge, and you can keep up with leadership, that's how you serve your community. It is not about coaching every single member one-on-one all the time, okay? Because that actually doesn't help people. What helps people is, hey, let's talk about this. Hey, verbalize what you're dealing with, okay? What is the problem that you have? What do you think the solution is? Well, based on my wisdom and experience from doing this, I think you probably are on the right path. This is so funny. Last night at Bible school, we were sitting at the last dinner, and 2 of the people that worked our group with us were sitting there with us. And she looked up, and her kid had ran up to the balcony in the gym and was running around the track. And she said, oh man, he's just been so crazy lately. And last year's been really hard, and he's not paying attention. He's not listening to me. And the dad was sitting there going like this, just kind of eating his sandwich, keeping his mouth shut. Like you could tell he wanted to say something, but he knew he was going to get in trouble. Right. And this was after you went and got pizza when this happened. And so she kept talking. And, of course, she's talking to me about this. It keeps telling me this information. And I'm like, I go into like pure coaching mode. And I'm like, well, what do you think is the reason for that? Like, why do you think this is happening? And she looked at me and she goes, oh, well, I know the reason. I'm like, okay, well, tell me about it. And she goes, well, he was really sick for a couple of years when he was really little, and we babied him. and we got into this habit of babying him. And she said this, she literally said this out loud. She said, and I got into the habit of not telling him no. And now he doesn't listen because he's just not used to that. Right. And I said, huh. And so I said, so what are you going to do about it? She goes, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, yes, you do. You just told me what was the problem. You just said this out loud. Like, I wasn't giving any unsolicited advice. I wasn't making any judgment. I was just saying, like, you know this. What you said out loud is what you think the problem is. And I said, what are like 2 or 3 things you could do to fix that? So she tells me 2 or 3 things, and she thought she could fix that. And the husband's like sitting up and perking up, like, wait, we could do that. And I'm like, you try it. I mean, if you don't try anything, nothing's going to change. And so I never gave advice to them. I never told them to do anything. I never made a judgment call or acted like I was a super parent. I just talked them through it because most people know what to do. They just need you to inspire them to do it. So that's all you got to do. Like in your communities, don't get overwhelmed by trying to talk to people every day.
Just because we do something a certain way doesn't mean you have to do it that way. Or because somebody else does something. Look at different membership communities out there, see what they're doing, and see what you want to do.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. Yeah. And also, too, there's no rules. Your community should look different than our community because you're serving different people. So don't try to copy. Just take the best ideas and build it. And deep down in your heart, if you close your eyes, Lana, I bet you know what to do. You know what your people need you to do for them to get them the result they want. So you just have to go do that.
Okay. Our next question is from JJ. JJ says he's at KETOCON.
Where is this at? Why are we not at KETOCON?
I don't know.
Bring me samples. Are they giving out bacon like at the door?
Yeah, I'm sure it's like crazy samples. It says, I'm hoping to connect with some keto influencers. Do you have any tips?
Don't be afraid to just walk up and talk to them. You know, like you got to be fearless at live events if you want to talk to influencers. And the goal is not to ask them to do something for you. It's just to connect with them and tell them you like them or whatever, so that you can follow up after the event and say, hey, remember meeting me? And I embarrass Jocelyn at live events all the time because I just like roar in.
Just at live events?
I embarrass Jocelyn all the time, like every minute of every day. Where were we at? Was it ClickFunnels? Or I don't remember where we were. Huge live event, and they were having this meet and greet of all the speakers, but it was packed. There was like 1,000 people in this room. And I had talked to Stu McLaren one time, who used to work for Michael Hyatt. He's kind of an influencer. And I really wanted to like meet him personally, but I didn't know how I was going to get to because this place protected the speakers. Like, so what, he was at this meet and greet, but I didn't really want to stay at the meet and greet because Jocelyn and I don't like that crap. And we're not really like fanboy or fangirl people. So like, but I did want to connect with him and tell him, hey, because we had talked on the phone for like an hour. He was interviewing me for a high level mastermind, for Michael Hyatt. So I saw him coming through the crowd with security and like he had 2 guys in front of him, like his handlers that were trying to get him to his table. And I literally walked between the 2 guys, put my left hand on Stu's shoulder and grabbed his hand and went, hey, Stu, it's Shane Sams. You remember talking to me? And before those guys could grab me and take me off of him, he said, yeah, oh yeah, man, we talked on the phone. So he started talking to me and those dudes just stopped. But like, I literally walked through 2 dudes and just grabbed him. Like, I'm not recommending you do that. Okay.
Don't go to jail.
Don't go to jail for stalking or hurting someone, but you have to be fearless. You got to be fearless. Sometimes you got to be, I don't want to say rude, but you've got to kind of, I mean, you're not going to get to talk to somebody unless you make it happen. Okay. So be fearless, go find the people you want and connect with them.
And I would say also, people love to hear about themselves. Like, they don't want to hear you say, well,
I'm JJ Mayo,
and here are all the awesome things I've done, and you can find my work at blah, blah, blah. Like, people don't want to hear that. What they do want to hear is, hey, I love your whatever. I love your website. I love your podcast. I especially like the episode where you talked about A, B, and C with this person. That's what they want to hear because that is a genuine connection.
Oh, okay. I got to tell the Rich Rodriguez story of the urinal. Got to tell this. Okay. I am going to say a swear word here in a minute. So no one hold this against me. I know.
Turn it down if you got kids.
Turn it down if you got kids, because there is a swear word in this story. Okay. So as many of you know, I was a graduate assistant football coach at West Virginia University. During the height of that program, we had just come off a season where we went to a huge bowl against Florida State. We were nationally ranked in the top 10 the entire year. And the head football coach, Rich Rodriguez, was a really hot commodity, really hot property. And everybody wanted to meet him, talk to him. He had developed this innovative offense. It was the birth, it was kind of the rise of the running quarterback, which is a big thing in football. So, and we were going to be really good the next year. So we were at the American Football Coaches Association conference, which is the biggest football thing in the world. You know, literally every coach in America is there. Every head coach in high school, every head coach in college, every coach in the pros, everybody's at this thing. Now, I was Rich Rodriguez's personal assistant football coach. Like, I was his guy, which meant not only did I get to work with him daily and listen and learn and all that stuff, but I also got to carry his bags
and wash his car.
So like my job was to go with him to all these things and run interference to get people off of him unless he wanted to talk to him. And so he would say, you know, Shane, talk to this guy. And then he would walk off, whatever. Right. So I get stuck with this dude. All right. So I'm with Rich Rodriguez, and he reaches over and slaps me on the chest. And, you know, and like I had a tie on. He like hit my tie pin or something. It hurt. It was terrible. He just slapped me as hard as he could. He goes, Shane, man, I got to pee. Come with me. So he goes, and we go and we walk into the public bathroom there. And so I'm at one urinal, and he's at the urinal right beside me. This is a weird. How is this happening? I'm talking about being at a urinal.
I don't know. You never know what you're going to. You never know what you're getting into
on the Flip Lifestyle member call. Okay, Flip Your Life member call. All right. So I'm at one urinal. He's at the other urinal, and we're both just peeing. So we finish up, and we both kind of turn about the same time, and right behind him, I'm talking nose to back, is this young 21-year-old, fresh out of college, baby-faced looking dude in a suit. And he literally has a resume in his hand, and he goes like this, and he holds it up to Rich Rodriguez, and he goes, he goes, hello, Rich Rodriguez, sir. My name is so-and-so, and I'm just such a big fan of your program, and I think you're doing great things, and you're the best thing ever, and I've done this, and I've done that, and I was an All-American, and I was doing this, and I was doing this, and he just keeps going and going and going, and we're both sitting here just staring at, we kind of look at each other, and we kind of look at him, and he's like, and I would just love to work at your program if you would please consider me for working at West Virginia University, sir. And he just stops, like all out of breath, and like, you know, I felt bad for the kid because he had worked up the courage to do this. And then Coach Rod literally says, he looks at this kid, he reaches down and finishes like, this is exactly, and he goes, damn, son, I ain't even washed my hands. And he like brushes by the guy, and over his shoulder without looking back, he goes, Shane, talk to that kid and get his resume. And he just walked off. And like, of course we threw it away, but it was the funniest. Like, I was like, that is not how you want to make a first impression, JJ. So when you are in the bathroom at KetoCon, please don't offer someone a keto stick over their shoulder and be like, yo, bro, I got you. Pee on this. Let's see those ketones. Like, I'm a pro at keto, man. You can pee on this stick, bro. You got it. Like, don't do that, dude. Don't be handing out, you know, like,
hopefully most people with a lesson in human decency would not do that.
Let's not
anyway.
do that, man. Like I know we're talking about handing out artisan chocolates. This ain't artisan keto sticks in the urinal, not artisan chocolates. Okay. So that is not how you do it, but be fearless and find people to meet somebody and find a way to meet somebody, and you'll be all right. Okay. We're off track. I'm bringing this wagon. I'm circling these wagons back around right now. And I hope that helped you. It probably didn't, but wash your hands. I mean, oh my gosh.
I can't even talk.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. That's the best story ever. I mean, I was so shocked when he said, like, I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, I'm like, is Coach Rod going to punch this kid in the face to get to the sink? Like, I didn't know what was going to happen, but oh man, I love that story.
Okay.
All right.
So, I hope that helps. I don't know.
Shane, the master. Parables are us. I need a podcast called Parables Are Us, where I just get on and tell a random story every day. I have so many crazy. I have stories about football and things you would not believe happened. I mean, it was.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay.
So yes, the moral of the story is wash your hands.
Here's lessons learned on today's Flip Your Life member call. Always wash your hands. Never apply for a job at a urinal. And don't pass out keto sticks at KetoCon because that's weird. Okay. All right.
Okay. So let's move on because yikes.
Okay. Next question.
All right. We're going back G-rated again.
Johan goes, There are so many morals in that story.
There really are.
I need we need instead of Aesop's fables, we need Shane and Jocelyn's fables, and we just need to like have a little storybook that people can like. It's like a storybook for kids, but it's made for adults that they can read to themselves at night.
I have stories too, but I don't think mine are quite as colorful. Okay.
Damn, son.
Okay. I said we're
hands.
going G-rated.
Sorry, G-rated.
That's not G-rated.
Back to G-rated.
Okay. We're going back to G-rated. All right.
Is Flip Your Life Live going to be PG or G?
Well, there's no kids there.
Okay. Flip Your Life Live might be PG for points of emphasis. I don't know. We've not decided yet. Okay,
we'll see. All right. Kathy says, I would love some suggestions on what to do with my paying customers to keep them happy and engaged through the summer, since they aren't using my lesson plans right now. I have a small group of them in a private Facebook group, but there's literally zero engagement. Right now, I'm doing themed months where I do a weekly Facebook Live and give an actionable task for the week. This month is self-care for teachers. Do you have any other suggestions to keep my people happy so they don't quit before the new school year?
I would actually be like, it's like a campfire. You just want to kind of poke it and stoke the flames. You know, this isn't the bonfire. The bonfire happens in July, August, September. You know, when you're really trying to grow your membership. You're doing the right thing. Once a week, self-care, little challenges like that, you know, things that are on their mind, like maybe start a post that says, where are you going on vacation? You know, like if you're getting ready to go on vacation, where are you going on vacation this summer? Are you going on vacation this summer? You know, one thing that you can do, and you might not, this is going to make you feel uncomfortable, but like one thing you can do is be controversial. There's a lot of hot current event topics about teachers going on in the country right now with wages and respect and things like that. Stoke those flames. If you can get people mad people usually unite together and are fired up and talk and passionate. So if you can be the source of their passion, like, you know, you can just post an article and say, what do you think about this? Let people talk and argue and fight. Like, conflict is a good thing in your tribe. You want people passionate, loved, hated, but never ignored. That has got to be your philosophy as a leader of your community. So you can do some things like that, like some current event things. And don't be afraid to just think outside the box, but talk about what teachers want to talk about in June, July, and August. Let them get mad at their legislature. Let them get fired up about vacation. Let them take care of themselves because they got a little extra time. But don't overdo it, is what I'm saying, because they're on vacation. Let them be on vacation. Once a week, keep them going, give them something to talk about, share funny memes, but don't overthink this. Your main energy right now is that sales funnel and that advertising strategy for August. That's what you should be working on.
Especially people in the education area, they love giving their opinion. So when I still had an elementary librarian, what I would always do is post a question. And usually it was one of their questions. So I would just say, hey, if you have a question, let me know and I'll post it on the page for people to answer. And I would have thousands of engagements on those posts. So I would recommend trying that. Don't get discouraged. Like, keep doing what you're doing, because sometimes people may watch your video, but maybe they just don't want to talk about it right then. So I think that even just having the videos, like, that's a positive thing because it keeps you in their mind and they think, oh yeah, that's valuable. I'm not going to quit using that membership.
And I heard something great at a conference I was at about a month ago. You just want to be in people's news feed. People scroll fast, but like think about how you use Facebook and how you use like your search, or like maybe you go to Google News or whatever. How do you search it? You flip through it, right? And you're kind of glancing at the headlines, but you know what's going on as you glance through the headlines. Like, you may only stop and look at 3 or 4 posts when you scroll through people's news feeds, but you saw that your friend was selling an MLM, you know, was doing some kind of thing with jewelry. You saw that your buddy went to Puerto Rico. You didn't read his post, but you saw he had a picture and he was standing in front of a sign that said Puerto Rico. You saw that. And like, that's what good marketing does, is it keeps you top of mind. It keeps you in the mix. It's just a reminder. So if they flip through and they see your page and you talking, they may not stop. They may not watch. They may not click, but you've just took over one of their neurons. You just planted yourself inside of their brain cells. And if they just keep seeing you every week, when they need you and they say lesson plans, they're going to remember that. So
And
just be top of mind.
as far as topics, like, I would say talk about things that they're dealing with right now. So maybe how to declutter your classroom for a better start to the upcoming school year, how to prepare for open house to make parents and students understand what you're planning to
Would that be
do in the
July?
upcoming
That'd be
school
more
year.
July, though,
That's
right?
probably more July, August, but I'm just saying, think about where they are and what they could benefit from. That is what you're going to want to talk about.
Talk about 4th of July cookouts and stuff like that too. Like as things happen, just, talk about them. All right, y'all, that wraps up another Q&A with S&J. We hope you learned something today that can help you take your business to the next level, and we hope you had a lot of fun listening in to one of our Flip Your Life member calls. We would love to have you on one of our upcoming member calls. We do 2 member calls every month inside the Flip Your Life community, and we'd love to see you there. And we've made it super easy for you to attend one of those calls because you can join the Flip Your Life community right now and get your first month for free. Absolutely free. And if you sign up today, not only will you get full access to the entire Flip Your Life blueprint, our step-by-step process for starting, building, and growing an online business. Not only will you get access to all of our community areas, including our forums, where you can get the help you need to take your business to the next level, but you also get to attend those live member calls where you can ask questions and you can get the answers you need right now to take your next step. All you have to do is go to flippedlifestyle.com/free. That's FLIPPEDLIFESTYLE.com/FREE. flippedlifestyle.com/free. Go there right now and you can start your free month inside of the Flip Your Life community. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast, and we hope to see you soon inside of the Flip Your Life community. And until next time, do whatever it takes to flip your life.